Welcome back to Beyond Wisdom, where we explore timeless truths for a more peaceful and meaningful life. Today's video is about the power of detachment and how learning to let go can free you from emotional chains that have kept you stuck for far too long. Detachment isn't about becoming cold or careless. It's about choosing inner peace over constant emotional chaos. And in a world that tells us to hold on tightly, sometimes the most powerful thing we can do is gently release. Most of our emotional pain doesn't come from what happens to us. It comes from how tightly we hold on to things we can't control. We cling to people who have already left. We grip onto outcomes that may never come. We attach our happiness to how others treat us, to how things should be, or to the way life used to look. And in doing that, we create suffering. Attachment is a form of resistance. It's us saying, I need this to go a certain way in order to feel okay. But the truth is, everything in life is temporary. Nothing stays exactly the same. The sooner we begin to accept that, the more peace we invite in. Suffering starts to fade the moment we stop demanding that reality match our expectations. One of the biggest misunderstandings about detachment is thinking it means not caring. But that's not true. Detachment is not about becoming numb or shutting yourself off. It's about learning to care deeply, without needing to control the outcome. Imagine holding a bird in your hands. Detachment is gently opening your palms and trusting it to stay if it wants to. It's love without fear. In relationships, detachment means we can love someone fully and still be okay if they walk away. It means our peace isn't tied to their actions. This kind of detachment gives us freedom. And ironically, it often deepens our connection with others. Because instead of clinging, we're showing up with presence and authenticity. Emotions are powerful, but they're not permanent. They rise, they fall, and they pass, just like waves. The problem is, we often mistake our emotions for who we are. I feel rejected, so I must not be worthy. I feel anxious, so something must be wrong. But none of that is true. You are not your sadness. You are not your fear. You are the awareness behind it all. When we learn to step back and observe what we're feeling without getting swallowed by it, we take our power back. That space, the space between the feeling and your reaction, is where detachment lives. And in that space, you get to choose peace. Most of us are addicted to control. We want to know what's coming. We want others to act a certain way. We want life to fit our plans. But the more we try to control things, the more anxious we become. Why? Because deep down, we know we're not in control. True freedom begins when we stop trying to grip life so tightly. When we let go of the illusion that we can force things to go our way, we begin to experience peace. Detachment invites us to trust the process, to surrender what we cannot change, and to focus on what we can. Our own response. The less control we seek, the more power we find within. We all carry emotional baggage, old wounds, words that hurt, moments that didn't turn out the way we hoped. But the more we cling to the past, the more it shapes our future without our permission. Detachment means looking at the past with acceptance, not obsession. It means understanding that we can learn from it, but we don't have to relive it. Imagine trying to run a race while carrying a heavy backpack. You might be moving, but you'll never feel free. Detachment is setting that weight down and moving forward with lightness. It's not forgetting what happened. It's remembering with wisdom, not with pain. When we're emotionally attached, our minds live in the future or the past. We worry about what might happen. We replay what already did. Rarely are we fully present, but the present moment is the only place where peace exists. Detachment pulls us out of our spiraling thoughts and back into the now. It reminds us that this breath, this heartbeat, this exact moment is all we truly have. When we're present, we stop needing life to be different. We stop resisting. And in that stillness, we often find that everything we were looking for was already here. Detachment teaches us to be where our feet are, not where our fears are. Sometimes, detachment requires physical or emotional distance. It doesn't mean shutting people out, but it does mean protecting your peace. Setting boundaries is an act of love, both for yourself and for others. It means saying, I love you, but I won't let your chaos become my chaos. When we're too entangled in someone else's emotions or behavior, we lose sight of ourselves. Detachment allows us to step back and recognize what's ours and what's not. And that space helps us show up with more clarity, compassion, and strength. Boundaries aren't walls. They're bridges to a healthier kind of connection. Detachment isn't something we master once. It's a practice. A quiet decision we make every day to return to center. To remind ourselves that we are not what happens to us. We are not what others think. We are not even our own thoughts. We are the calm witnesses underneath it all. Some days, that's harder to remember. Emotions pull us in. Fear knocks loudly. But each time we choose to pause, to breathe, to gently release what we can't control, we strengthen that inner peace. Detachment isn't cold. It's warm. It's the kind of strength that doesn't need to shout. It simply rests in stillness. Detachment is not about disconnecting from life. It's about connecting more deeply to what's real, to what's lasting, and to the quiet strength within you. The more we let go of needing things to be a certain way, the more freedom we find in simply being. And in that space, life becomes softer, quieter, and much more beautiful. What's something in your life that you're learning to gently let go of? Share your story in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. If this video brought you value, subscribe to Beyond Wisdom. Until next time, stay calm, stay strong, and stay wise.